Everyone, welcome to Destiny 2. We are going to do a little casual just story mode run, just to make sure we can, see all the story, little cinematics and everything for Destiny 2. Obviously, I've got another character who's long been through the story, but that'll be our character for seeing, the new raids, the higher end nightfalls, prestige, whatever. So let's just start it up with a brand new character. I say brand new. She is brought over from Destiny 1, but I have not clicked her or used her at all in Destiny 2. So we'll just start it right now. So yes, I have been through the game. So hopefully we shouldn't get stuck on any parts like I did on my first run. And we can see these little opening cinematics with a new perspective with a new Guardian. We can see Cade make his witty quips, like Malcolm Reynolds does, aka Nathan Fillion.
Ikora, if you tell me this is a practical joke, well, it kills me to say it, but I would be really impressed.
Impressing you, Cade, is the easiest thing I'll do all day.
Let's get serious, people.
Zavala, this is my serious face. Can't you tell?
Ikora, what have you got?
Someone or something has sabotaged the Skyline defense systems.
And comms have been spotty for the last few hours. Every sensor beyond the wall has gone dark.
What is the wall?
Maybe it's just the storm.
Unless they're talking about the wall of the city?
What are the set feeds telling us?
Nothing.
Well, that's good, right?
No. I mean, they're not there. There are no satellites.
And that's not good.
Gotta imagine this is
Battle stations!
got pretty poor defenses if you can't tell they're there unless they're right up on you.
Everyone with me, now!
Like you couldn't even tell they were coming to Earth until they were actually at your doorstep. And who was Cade shooting at? There was nothing but ships there. Can a golden gun take down an Imperial class ship? The city does look pretty though. Look at that. It's like Michael Jordan, dog. He can just grip a basketball. Just gonna grip the Traveler. And then, all right, we was out of town. Heard there was a sale at Macy's, so we had to go. And as soon as we did, somebody blows up the tower.
Repeat, tower approach. This is City Hawk 723. Anyone home? No response on any channels.
No response on
Even the
any
emergency
channels.
frequencies. What is going on back there? Remember when I told you that you fly too fast? Forget I said that. Fly fast.
You got it. She had to lean her shoulder in and everything to make that thing go faster. And here we go.
something. We need to find Zavala, Ikora, and Cade.
What? Started us with a sidearm? Guess that little picture wasn't joking, huh? Ah! Oh, and it's single shot. Or is it a hand?
This doesn't make sense. The Cabal conquer systems by blowing up planets.
Don't get him!
It must be here, in the last city.
That was my favorite frame.
This is Commander Zavala. Civilians, report to evac points. Guardians, rendezvous in the plaza. Our city will not fall.
Cade!
Hey, you two. Give me a sec. Zavala's doing the hero thing in the plaza. Me? I've got a date with whoever's behind this. It'll be a short date.
Yeah. You get right on that, Cade. This is what I'm talking about.
Saladin's young wolf. My armory is open to you. Follow the path from there. It will lead you through the hangar to the plaza. I'll take care of these people. If the Cabal want war, give them war.
Doesn't really seem like in character for us, Shax. You figure he'd want to be on the front lines, but, you know, I guess we can accept that. Also, I want my raise lighter back, because it was on his back. Freddy's back? I don't know. So yeah, now that we've had more time with the game, we've been able to play it more. We've, you know, run through all most of the content available. You know, the shooting does feel better. You know, I first ran through this, I was like, shooting feels good, but still off. But as you can see, we're controlling it a lot better, getting our headshots in. Oh, hello. Get out of here. The dude's down here? Sucker nade! Does it feel comparable to Destiny 1? Basically, yeah. Oop, I'm just not even shooting that guy. Where's he going? Where's he going? Was the most cowardly Cabal of all time?
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, look at the size of that thing. Giggity. And it still basically is Destiny 1. You know, you still do patrols, you still do public events. They just basically made everything a little more accessible, and not even like accessible in like, you know, the traditional sense, because it basically was inaccessible in the first Destiny. You had to want to play that game. It was a lot of fun and worth it, but man, you know, if you weren't bought in, that game could be a chore. You know, like, oh, I need to do a public event.
Okay,
Well,
my ghost
good
keeps
luck
tagging
guessing
this
that.
Cabal as Red Legion. Ikora, what do you got?
They're elite, ruthless, and rumor is they have never known defeat.
Until today. Today they face Guardians.
But Zavala, they're attacking the Traveler.
The Traveler waits. We protect our people at any cost.
Any cost. Yeah, and the story is like, is there. You know, the first Destiny was disconjoined and couldn't really tell what was happening, and they don't follow through with most of the story beats. But this one has a far more direct story. You can tell what's going on, even if you don't like, if it doesn't really make sense why you do some of the stuff you do. Your goal is always like apparent, like fight these guys are the big bads.
But we are better.
Yes,
will
we
hold
are.
this line until the last civilian is safely away.
These are the big bads. They've come for the Traveler. Got it.
Don't let them pass the gate. Leave that shuttle to back in.
Got it. As soon as we see a big bed, get out of here. That might have been a better opportunity to use our void bomb there. I was eager. So I would say that the story is still kind of nonsense. Like, if you sit back and think about it, it actually doesn't make sense at all. It's got like some glaring issues, but I would say it's more successful in the sense that like you kind of like.
That command ship is next on.
Yeah. Is he gonna do the thing again? I forget. Oh, hello. Juan Pelagros.
Missile! Stay inside my team!
Yep. No! Juan!
More Red Legion! Show them what Guardians
Back
are made
up.
of!
Show them what Guardians are made of. Shoot that guy. Thank you. Didn't get them all. That's crap. Get him, buddy. Juan the Destroyer. See, Guardians always take care of the man to your right. Just like, Spartans. Oh, get him. Ooh, I could use those. Waves 2 of 3 repel. And there's still moments in this game where you're like, come on, dude. Like, just tell me what to do. But like I said, like, the story is like still Deus Machina. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the Guardian can do whatever he wants.
Zavala, the last of the shuttles is away, but the speaker.
But it's still enjoyable, right?
I'm going
like,
to look for him.
I've got the plaza. Go with Ikora. Find the speaker.
Yeah,
We're on it, Commander.
We'll go pay our respects to my homeboy here. He's still singing. Boom, and no orbs.
The speaker is gone. Red Legion, you will take no more from us, and you will find no mercy in me.
Alright, so a void bomb can take down a ship. Maybe that's what Cave is trying to do.
We need to move on that command ship. Now head to the North Tower. I'm sending Amanda Holiday to pick you up.
Ah. Also, I didn't realize they start you with this origin story rifle. This thing is, like, way good, to use the parlance of our times. As we've seen, like, auto rifles kind of take over the meta as far as PvP goes, and the PvE, like, it's just strong. Like, they're very stable. They've got good magazines.
Holiday is inbound. We need that ship off the field.
Yeah, sure do. Pow, you know? You can see those yellow numbers coming up like we're doing pretty good damage here. He's gone.
Someone told me you need a ride.
Yes, I do. Take me home.
Zavala.
So yeah, like I said, there's fun to be had, and they do a way better job of trying of making you feel like, you know, you can actually progress, right? Like, doesn't matter what you're doing. They try to make you feel like you're gonna get something for it.
Come on, big guy.
Come on, big guy.
Do something.
And these pre-rendered cutscenes that you're seeing right here, like, you can tell, like, it's got like almost like a film grain to it, like.
All right, Guardian. Time to kick them where it hurts.
You know, it's a little cliche, everything that they go through. You don't actually see any more of these, like, of this style of pre-rendered cutscene. Everything else is done in-game. Which saddens me a little bit, because this was obviously, like, trailers they made to show the game off at, like, press conventions.
Let us know when the shields are down. We'll hit
That
that
they were
ship
just
with
like, yeah,
everything
you
we
know,
got.
just put it in the game, which is fine, but the fact that they don't stick with that style is a little upsetting. Like, makes it seem like, well, then that's all they actually were. They were never, you weren't ever trying to make a game that looks like that. Bye. Bye.
That hologram could help. Let me take a look.
Yeah. Square. Reach the shield generator.
Okay, the shield generator.
And if you're
should be at
watching,
the bottom
you know,
of the
I
ship.
appreciate you coming in for the channel. We're just trying to do a casual little run through. You know, this is our first weekend with Trials. So there's probably a lot of you watching Destiny to see some people go flawless, and that's a cool thing, right? Especially if you've seen the little new intros that Trials do. Here, it's really fun. Look at it. Even if you don't enjoy the PvP, which, you know, I've got mixed feelings with. I do okay in the PvP.
Hey, what's your status?
I don't really do Trials, though. It's a different kind of thing.
No flaming pit. Kept burning out. Anyone heard from Akora? Not since you went for the speaker. Form up!
Form up! But yeah, I like the little intros they do for the Trials now. It makes it seem fun, like there really is, you know, 4 individual, like, badasses going at it. Got our void bomb back. Make sure to put use of that on the boss here. Ah! There's so many of them. Still satisfying to pull off heads and watch motor oil come out. Also, when you get a headshot on, like, Fallen, their souls come out of their bodies, and that's extremely satisfying. Hello. Get out of here. They actually don't have a melee ability. Get staggered. Wow, he took down a quarter of his life. Seems a little outrageous. Okay, as soon as I know you're not gonna duck, you're out of here. You got a grenade? Yeah, suck grenade. Yes. Yeah, you see we're having a much easier time running through this than I did with my my Titan. Even though, like, I would much prefer to play a Titan, play a Warlock. Although, Destiny 2, these Warlocks' abilities, I'm super impressed with how they made, you know, the space magic guys kind of be
The shield generator should
probably
be
what you
straight
want
ahead.
to play, right? Ah! Although, I guess I may have, like, if somebody was new to original Destiny, I would kind of always gear them towards a Warlock as well. Just because the jump, if you can get a little bit of a hang on it, you know, there's probably not too many jumps they can't make. And the idea that, like, in the beginning at least, you can turn on the ability to revive. That'll probably help. Whoa. 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 Not really kicking that guy's butt, huh? Hello. Don't run from me. Getting all this heavy, but no heavy to use on. No heavy to use on. You drinking the wrong water,
Destroy the
as Bobby
turbine.
Boucher would
The
say.
shield should fizzle.
So, but in this, you know, the Warlocks get, like,
Yes, just like
they
that.
can't revive, as of right now anyway. But they do have the ability to put down a healing field that they can sit in and not only get their health and shields back, but they can overheal. And if they sit in it long enough and get an overshield, so they can take extra damage, they can live extra long, or they could put down a different field to do extra damage. But either way, like, that's still, like, pretty good, right? Like, that's what you want out of a first-time character. Something that keeps you alive so that you feel like you're effective, so you can keep playing a game. And then later you can be like, well, I'll try up all the stuff that's neat about the game once I've lived long enough to learn it.
Amanda!
Amanda! I apologize if I'm talking over the NPCs here a little bit. They, at least for that part, they're just kind of, you know, running around with their heads cut off. And we get our introduction to Gary here.
How do we come back from this?
You don't. Welcome to a world without light.
Without light.
Guardian, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Do not look at me, creature.
I don't understand. You're just a single cabal, man.
You are weak, undisciplined, cowering behind walls. You're not brave. You've merely forgotten the fear of death. Allow me to reacquaint you.
Yeah, it stinks because I still like Gary and his whole.
Your kind never deserved the power you were given.
I like his whole spiel. Like, hey, you're not actually like
I am
a strong, you know, set of warriors, right?
The light is mine.
No, you've forgotten death. You just can't die. That doesn't make you like strong. Like, well, that's cool, you know, because it's true, right? They can just, we can just infinitely revive. So, like, we are kind of like the best soldiers of all time. But they don't really go anywhere with it. They don't really even bring that up again. Spoilers. In fact, Gary kind of loses his bite after this moment. That's us, we a bird. Even this, like, who are those people? Triangles. Like, this is like, it's beautifully done, but it kind of doesn't represent the game. Mostly because you don't actually, like, you know, it's showing you, like, oh, you know, some of the, obviously that was the Daybreak, and then the Sentinel. But again, we don't deal with those cinematics anymore. I know I sound like I'm pretty off or down on it, and as a fan, I think as soon as you're like a fan of something, you know, you're probably more prone to be critical of it, right? Because you want better for it. Same way you say, like, to your kids, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed. And I wouldn't even say I'm disappointed. It's more Destiny, and I'm happy to be able to play it. I've got friends who want to play it. I got friends who will play it. You know, we've already taken some shots at the raid. We've gone about... I've tried not to look ahead of the raid and just kind of like take it in as it comes, but we've done 2 sections basically, which I imagine is probably halfway through. It can't be, you know, super long, and by that I don't mean it's 8 sections. It's probably 4 or 6 at the most. But it's that raid's a little more difficult than I thought it would be. I kind of figured they'd want everyone to just play it. So I figured they would kind of like tone down some of the mechanics, or at least make it so like if you just do your thing, you're probably good, but everybody's got to do their thing. And it's not really like that so far. You do have to do your thing, but it's got to be in conjunction with others. I forgot. These first couple missions, man, they take forever. It's kind of neat. Like, again, this, like, cinematic storytelling that you go through, like, oh, you're hurt. You see the Cabal running in the streets. You hear the ghost talking to you. We don't have another mission like this. All the, like, cool story stuff is up front. After this, it's get the gun and go.
I can heal you, but I can't resurrect you. Not since.
I'm not even sure why he can heal us.
Guardian, the light is gone. They've taken the city.
They need
Traveler.
a tutorial right there that says your Guardian can mantle if you jump to a surface.
Killing powerless Guardians. We have to get out of here.
You know, I was really impressed with this.
I'm picking up an emergency broadcast.
And I still am. But again, they don't
Coordinates.
do this again.
They're evacuating the planet. We're on our own.
Also, the idea that Cabal can just come in and whoop every Guardian. It's all ridiculous to me, but I took down Atheon. That dude could literally control time. But, like, a big old Cabal can take us down. But, I took down Valas Ta'arik and his chain of command one by one. But, like, a big Cabal is, like, an issue? I don't know what that. Ow.
These Guardians, they had no chance without their powers. That could be us. Guardian, if you die, I can't resurrect you.
See, they do.
Need to be very careful.
Yeah, they do a good job of, like, trying to make you connect with your ghost and making this feel, like, awful, right? Like, that dude, ugh. Look at that dude's legs bent the wrong way. Also, don't remember getting a submachine gun right here, but... So here's these dogs that I didn't shoot on my first time through, because I was like, man, I don't want to shoot no dogs. That sounds awful. Oh, I may or may not be aware. I do not like the submachine guns they added. What is this pistol? Load it! Yeah, I'll take that. Although I don't think I actually got the last shot on that guy. Getting an echo on the shots, like it's echoing through the valley. That's kind of neat. Didn't notice that. Run! Dog is biting my butt. You wouldn't dare. That's right. New objective. Follow your vision? Follow your vision. I do not know what that means. Yeah, that's bad. Just walk. New objective. Walk forward. And we'll fade out the screen for you into, like, nothing.
It's that Falcon again.
I wouldn't
Is it
shoot.
following us? Or are we following it?
See, we're at Twilight Gap. This is a big moment in Destiny history. It was in the Grimoire. We don't actually deal with it in the games. This is a giant moment, a giant, battlefield. Oh. it should make it should be a little more precious, but it's not. They kind of just were like, here you are. Hello. Well, the Battle of Twilight Gap was where us Guardians defended the city and almost lost, if not for the Awoken Queen, Mara. She came in and sided with us. So we were able to defend the city successfully, which is a cool thing. This is obviously probably a hand cannon. I think it just sounds like a freaking... Get out of here. And, you know, and the Battle of Twilight Gap is where, you know, Guardians... Go. I don't like controlling these. Where Guardians were taken... You know, the fallen Guardians who didn't, you know, who died defending the city, their armor was taken and made into the Gallahorn, which is that, you know, exotic, completely BA rocket launcher from the first game that everybody loved because it was like by far the most DPS you could do. So it's got lore implications, right? You know, Twilight Gap, the Battle of Twilight Gap. But they don't even mention it here. And again, they're probably trying to distance themselves from old Destiny, at least to a degree. Okay, I definitely made that jump that time. But still, like, you want to feel like you're in a big lived-in world,
Look,
right?
Somebody left a perfectly good Guardian lying around.
I wouldn't say perfectly
Things
good,
must
I
be
just broke
worse
my
than I
legs.
thought. And that's our cue. Time to go, people!
Look at my Guardian!
Where are you all going?
As far away from here as possible.
That falcon.
My Guardian looks so bewildered.
Name's Hawthorne, and this is Lewis. Best pilot we got. What about you? Fit to fly? Probably gonna need one of these, too. Time to make yourself useful, Guardian. All right, people, spin them up! Got a long flight ahead of us!
It's a lot of ships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships. 6 ships, rather. I didn't see that one on the far end. And nobody noticed this? Ooh, and here we go.
Do you see, traveler?
Now these scenes are kind of
all
neat.
that I have done? Grace me with your light.
Yes.
Take your place at the center of my empire. See me, and the Red Legion will be your true guardians.
Dominus, the city is secure. Those who fled are being hunted, and those foolish enough to remain have been executed.
At least they speak our
Victory,
language.
as with all things, is yours to claim.
This victory is as much yours as mine, old friend.
All that remains is the completion of the cage around this great machine. Then we may begin the extraction of its power and put it to its rightful use.
They call it the Traveler.
I would contend that other civilizations may be more precise in their naming. Its functions can be controlled and exploited, as we have so clearly proven.
But you did prove that.
Yet they believe it to be a god.
Dominus. Gaul. We have spent our lives, you and I, working to reshape our society, reforge our people, rebuild an empire nearly destroyed by Callus's greed and corruption. There is nothing in this universe greater than you. The Red Legion will have that machine's power. You will be called Emperor. What more power would the Dominers have?
I would have words with my guest.
Bring him in, even though he was right above us the whole time.
So you're the one who speaks for the Traveler.
They got our boy. Get him back. I mean, and again, those scenes are cool. The scenes with Gaul, aka Gary,
Coming up on the
and
European
the
Dead
Traveler.
Zone.
Or I'm sorry,
Gonna be
the
our
Speaker.
new home for a while.
Look at that! That's a lot of ships.
Look, do you recognize it? That's where we're supposed to go.
That thing? They call it the Shard of the Traveler.
Because it's a shard of the
I
Traveler.
call it not a place you want to go poking around.
Can I go to my vault? Excuse me. It's early here. Just figure we do this straight in the morning and just take our time and get this done. What? Can I go to the vault? Yes. Look at it. So much stuffs to get. Give me... I can't equip it. I need... that. That's my emote of choice. Fight forever, Guardian. Yeah, my KD took a hit. Wait, let's say I'm level 10? Why does it say I'm level 10? Oh, I'm light 10. That's my mistake. Until then, we'll be the lore scholar, I guess. But alright, we've made it to the farm. We're alive. Gary couldn't take us down. So, I think we'll call that here, and I'll see you guys next time.